Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who's ready for some UNCLELOU today? We'll get started here in just a second. What we going to talk about today? I don't know. We'll get started in just a second, though. Y'all should, though.
Come again, I can hear what you are saying. Keep it real, with the song that you are playing. You talk about your family and you talk about respect, but you live life like a movie, like you are a usual suspect. I neglect to tell the truth when you step off of the stage. You need to grow up, now it's time to act your age. Can't judge a man by the fountains of his mouth. You claim the Big Apple, but you from the dirty South. Hit me! Excuse me, Mr. Gangsta, I think your style is whack. You're disrespecting me, and you think you are a Mac. I bought your first CD, and I quickly took it back. And you think your style is better, well, you must be smoking crack.
All the facts, ain't no slacking, bringing it back like in the day. Ain't no faking, no mistaking, like my stepfather's to play, so well to play. Don't listen to the style, I don't why you live in denial, get them back into the pile. Listen, thinking about these rhymes that you making, thinking that you hard, but you know that you are faking, you're shaking the hands of the ones that threw the beats, but you can't confront the ones that put you out onto the streets, so you need the kings, cause you know we are the same, doing it like the way back, cause we stay true to the game, it's not the same as before, since I showed you to the door, it's not that we are rich, it's that your style is just too poor. Woo!
Excuse me, Mr. Gangsta, I think your style is whack. You're disrespecting me, and you think you are a Mac. I bought your first CD, and I quickly took it back. If you think your style is better, well, you must be smoking crack. Oh, the fact, ain't no slacking, bringing it back like in the day. Ain't no making, no mistaking, like my stepfather's to play, so why don't you play?
For those others who don't listen to a style, I don't know why you live in denial, get thrown back into the pile. Stop trolling me! Woo! Good morning, it's UNCLELOU here. Yep, that's right, it's me, UNCLELOU, live for you on LouTube today. And thanks for watching episode 34 of the UNCLELOU Show. Live, the UNCLELOU Show is proudly sponsored by Lanier HVAC Services. If you live in the Atlanta or Athens area, anywhere in between, and need residential HVAC work done, call the good folks over at Lanier HVAC Services and tell them UNCLELOU said good morning. We had nothing but phone calls today, no guests on. We'll get right to it here in just a few minutes. Thanks to everybody that's joined already. And let's do it. You listen what the general tell you now.
yep, good morning. I'm not sure what happened. It disconnected there for a second during the intro, but it's reconnected now. So if you have a blank screen or the video's not playing for you or whatever, just refresh your screen or back out of the video and go back into it, and it should be fine. Y'all let me know in the comments section that's back up and running, but shows it's running on my end, so we should be good. But good morning, welcome back to the Uncle Lou Show live Friday edition. Normally we do this on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday was a holiday this week, so we took Monday off and did it Wednesday, and now making up the missed day today on Friday. No guest today, so we'll get right to your phone calls here in just a few minutes. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, of course, was last night. Ended up being a pretty good game. Looked like the Cavs could have and probably should have won that game, and if this series ends up going to 6 or 7 games and the Warriors win, I think Cleveland fans and the Cleveland team can look back on game 1 as maybe one that they let get away for no reason. They had golden opportunities to win this game, even all the way down to the end of regulation. They miss a go-ahead free throw, but with like 4.6 seconds to go. They missed a free throw. All you got to do is make that free throw. They miss it, but then they get their own rebound. They get the offensive rebound. The guy's in the paint, obviously, after getting the rebound. Instead of going right back up with the ball, he dribbles to half court like he was dribbling the wrong way. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. I don't know if he didn't know the score. I don't know if he thought Cleveland was up by 1 and was trying to dribble the clock out. I don't know if he got confused and was trying to dribble to the other end of the floor. I don't know what he was thinking there, but that was a huge blunder. Reminded me of Michigan calling a timeout back in the 90s in the Final Four when they didn't have any timeouts to call. I mean, I just don't understand what that guy was thinking there. And then Golden State kind of handled them in overtime. So Golden State goes up 1-0. Of course, I did pick Golden State to win the series in 6 games. That would have been huge if the Cavs could have won that one last night, though. It would have flipped home court advantage back to Cleveland. I don't know. I think Cleveland was kind of fighting a losing battle in this series to start with, and going down in game 1 makes it even more of an uphill climb. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I know all of you don't care about basketball or whatever, and I'm not the biggest basketball fan either, but it's kind of like hockey and baseball. I really only pay attention once it gets to the postseason. And there's a lot of talk about LeBron and, Michael Jordan, and, you got LeBron haters, and some people think he's the greatest ever. So I don't know. It's just there are some interesting storylines revolving around the NBA Finals. So if you want to call up and talk about that today, we can do that. It's Pac-12 week here on LouTube. I've made a few Pac-12 videos already. I'll make a couple more over the weekend. And then next week we will move on to the Big Ten. I got a lot of comments and messages from people. I'll post a Pac-12 video, and then I'll get a comment that says no one cares about the Pac-12. Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, there are a handful of people that care, but I mean, I get it. There are mostly SEC fans on this channel, a lot of ACC fans. We've already done ACC week, but I don't just cover the SEC here. You guys know that I branched out about a year ago and started covering all 5 of the major Power 5 conferences. My focus is always going to be on the SEC, but I do spend some time covering the other conferences. So, if the Pac-12 is something you're not interested in, my suggestion would be not to watch those videos, not to leave a comment telling me that no one cares about Pac-12. But it's up to you. In order to leave that comment, guess what you did? You clicked on the video. So thank you, and I'm gonna take a wild guess here that you're having a good morning. So anyway, give me a call, 706-510-6817. If you want to be on the show today, talk with Uncle Lou. We talk about whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the NBA Finals. Doesn't have to be the Pac-12. Doesn't even have to be college football. Call me up and tell me what's your favorite way to eat a potato. I don't know, baked, mashed, fried, au gratin. Whatever. It's up to you. So the floor is yours. Open line Friday. More phone calls? Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Morning, Uncle Lou. How you doing? It's Herschel.
What's up, Herschel?
Yeah, I've called in, maybe 3 or 4 times. I'm the one
Yeah.
that told you about the Isaac Knott story.
Yeah, I don't
remember
know if
me
you
or not,
listened.
but-
It was either yesterday or Wednesday. I talked about you in that story you told me.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
I did see that. Most of the time, I'm not able to catch the show live because I have to work. I
Right.
got off early today, so I could catch it live. But
Okay, great.
I did see that. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about some Georgia football today. I know the NBA finals and stuff. I just really don't get into it much,
I hear you.
I don't really know much about it. There was a little bit of news today. I don't know if you heard. So you know how Jacob Eason transferred to Washington. Since Georgia released him without any, they gave him a full release. He applied for I think it's called a hardship with the NCAA. He appealed it to the NCAA where he doesn't have to sit out for a year. And he just found out today that he didn't get it, and they're making him sit out a year, even though it was unconditional release from Georgia.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks, but I don't think he was gonna start in front of Jake Browning anyway. Trying to keep this in the Pac-12, but I don't think he was gonna start in front of Jake Browning anyway. But I feel like next year he's gonna do pretty good things for Washington. Definitely the most arm talent. I think he has more arm talent than Jake Browning right now, but.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't know
anybody.
if you heard about that.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if he starts in 2019, throws for 4,500 yards, and is a top 10 draft pick the following year. I mean, it wouldn't. The guy has got more talent in his pinky than 99% of people on this earth have ever had at the quarterback position. Now, he does have to get some other stuff together mentally and all that. As far as him sitting out, I agree with the NCAA's decision to uphold the ruling that he has to sit out a year. I get that it might not be completely fair or whatever to the players, but if you do away with that rule, then you just created free agency in college football, and I just think it's a terrible idea. That they already allow you to play right away if you've graduated. If they start allowing people to play right away for pretty much any reason at all, then you could lose Justin Fields after this year. You could lose. I mean, we could have lost, in theory, Elijah Holyfield after his freshman year. I mean, that rule keeps a lot of players from transferring because they don't want to have to sit out. Plus, on top of that, if you really, really, really don't want to sit out a year, you always have the option of transferring down a classification for that 1 year and then back up. Cam Newton did that, left Florida, went to a JUCO, played right away, won a national title, transferred to Auburn, played and won a national title. So there are ways you don't have to sit out, but I don't want to see a situation where players are able to leave Georgia and then as a sophomore because they're not starting and then be starting at Clemson the next season. I just think that would ruin a lot of what's good about college football.
Yeah. He also was technically he would have gotten it too if after he got hurt. If he would have got hurt and not played the rest of the year, he would have been able to get a medical red shirt and not lost a year eligibility. But he played a couple snaps here and there, like some blowouts. He played in the Vandy game. He played in the Florida game.
Yeah.
He played in the Tennessee game, I think, and because of that, he didn't get his medical.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think he hung. I don't know if he hung up or we got disconnected. I'm really not sure. So I don't know if that was a problem on my end. I apologize, sir. Try to call back in if you can. But yeah, as far as the eligibility rules about sitting out, I mean, it sort of ties in with the whole paying players thing, or at least my theory on it. I have the same opinion on it for the same reasons as I do with paying players. I'm not looking to see college football turn into NFL light. If you allow players to transfer to any school for any reason without having to sit out, without any restrictions, without any of that, then you're creating constant free agency, and I just don't want to see that happen in college football. Good morning, you're on with Uncle Lou.
Good morning, it's Michael Vick.
What's up, Michael Vick?
What's up? Yeah, so anyway, so I was doing some research on football in Alaska.
Yeah.
Yes, so anyway, so I discovered that they don't have any college football.
No college football in Alaska.
Nope, that's right, they have high school football.
Well, I ain't believing that. No college football in Alaska. How about Walmarts? They got any Walmarts in Alaska?
Probably, I don't know.
I want you to find out. I want you to find out for me, and the next time you call in, let us know. I'm a big believer that nobody is moving anywhere or anything if there's not a wall. I think that's what holds a lot of places back. So that could be why there's no college football. And if there's no Walmart in Alaska, you'd be hard pressed to get any recruits or anybody else for that matter to go there. You know?
Yeah, 'cause nobody wants to stay there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we haven't been back to the moon in 50 years. I don't know if you know that or not. We went to the moon back in the 60s. We never went back. That's why. There's no wall. If they were to put a Walmart on the moon, it'd be a new space race, sir. I mean, people couldn't get there quick enough.
Yeah. That's right. Oh yeah, and you made a video where you told Walmart that they should put a Walmart on the moon.
Right, and they still haven't done it. They're idiots. They're morons. I don't know. Walmart could double their net worth by putting a couple of Walmarts up on the moon. I mean, can you imagine the hysteria it would cause if they put a couple of Walmarts up there?
Yeah. So anyway, so they do have a pro football league.
Oh, they have their own league, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It's called the Alaska Football League. Yeah, the AFL.
AFL.
And they have they have 6 teams.
16. I wonder if Johnny Manziel knows about that.
Yeah, 6 teams. Yeah. So anyway, so they have a 6-game regular season. So everybody plays everybody.
Right.
And then they take the 4 best teams and put them in a playoff. Sort of like the college football playoff.
Well, didn't Aubrey Solomon commit to Alaska? But you say they don't have a team though. No, never mind. I'm thinking of Michigan.
Yeah,
My bad.
He committed to Michigan.
My bad.
Yeah, Michigan has a team.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
And then they used to have an arena football team.
Alaska had an arena football team.
Yeah, it's called the Alaska Wild.
Alaska Wild. That's a long way to travel for these other arena teams to have to go ahead and play an arena game there.
Yes. So they played from 2007 to 2010.
Okay. You know who you might see in that Alaska league? Not right now, but approximately 3 or 4 years from now, like maybe 2022. You know who you might see in that Alaska league? Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, yeah. So.
Yeah, somebody says, is Michael Vick always high when he calls, or is it just me?
I mean, it has medical advantages, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, that's all I got to say. So.
All right, Mr. Vick, I appreciate your call, and I'm gonna look into this. You say Alaska Football League. I'm gonna look. I might change my whole channel away from the SEC and college football and start focusing solely on the Alaska Football League. Thank you for the call, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had no idea. Who knew Alaska's got a football league? There could be some big time changes coming here We could change the name of the thing. Instead of LouTube, we can change it. How about this? Igloo Tube. Good night. Hey, have a good weekend. Igloo Tube. Woo! Good morning. Yep, it's Uncle Lou here. That's right, it's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on Igloo Tube today. Yeah, thanks for watching. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Igloo.
Hello. This is Drake Luke, the Oregon fan.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I was just wondering, this is my first time on the show, so how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir. So I have a question about the Oregon Ducks. Where do you think that we're going to end up
This year, I think y'all will be pretty good this year. Willie Taggart had a great recruiting class, and that's, I mean, from what I can tell, that's pretty much the reason y'all promoted Cristobal to head coach, was try to save the majority of that recruiting class. So I think y'all will have a pretty good year. The problem is Washington, I think, is a couple of steps ahead of everyone else in the Pac-12 right now. That includes Southern Cal, Stanford, and Oregon, I think, too. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a guarantee Washington's going to run away with it, but I don't think you're going to see too many people picking Oregon to win the Pac-12 North this year. I think most of those votes are going to go to Washington and a couple maybe to Stanford. But I think it's possible that Oregon can compete. I don't know that they can get there this year, but I think they'll be more competitive than what we've seen in the last couple of years.
You know who our quarterback is? Justin Herbert.
Who?
Justin Herbert, the main quarterback of Oregon. You don't know who he is?
No.
Well, he's about like maybe third ranked in the Pac-12, just behind Khalil Tate.
Now what? Okay, and he's that kind of quarterback, right? Is Oregon still going to run that? I mean, are y'all still going to do like a quarterback that runs around type thing with Cristobal as the coach? Is that the plan?
I don't know, man. I mean, like Justin Herbert, he don't have that speed that Marcus Mariota had or Vernon Adams back in 2015.
Yeah.
Probably not. He's a little bit more of a pocket passer.
That might be a better way to go. Honestly, I think a lot of those teams especially in the Pac-12 North, spent so much time playing against Chip Kelly's Oregon team. A lot of those teams are I don't want to say they figured out how to shut it down, but they're familiar enough with that kind of offense now where I'm not sure how big of an advantage you get from running that offense anymore. So it might be better for Oregon to go to more of a traditional drop back passing style offense at this point, especially if they have a quarterback who can really sling the ball.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to end it here. I think we'll be going 8-4 or something like that. We're not going to have a 10-week season. I know that. So.
Yeah, well, 8-4 would be an improvement. So I mean, that's a step in the right direction and something that Oregon can try to build on for next year. You know. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate the call, Drake. Yeah, call back in again sometime during the season or whatever, and you can be our Pac-12 guy, Drake. So make sure you keep calling in every once in a while and keep us up to date on what's going on out there on the West Coast. Let us know what we need to know. 706-510-6817 if you want to be on with Uncle Lou. We are giving the t-shirt away. We're going to do that towards the end of the show. Or not the t-shirt, the jersey. Sorry about that. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Good morning, Lou. It's Herschel again. I think I got cut off there.
Yeah, it might have been on. It might have been on. It could have been on my end. I'm not sure. I'm glad you were able to get back through, though.
Yeah, I think I accidentally hit the end call button with my cheek on my phone. Actually, I don't know what happened. But I just wanted to get this quick topic in real quick because I wanted to hear your opinion on it. I was sitting here the other day trying to think of. I think I ended the call talking about Georgia secondary, and I was sitting here looking, and everybody's talking about how Georgia defense is not going to be as good as last year or whatever. And I mean, even with us losing all the players that we did on defense, I mean, you look at our roster right now, and I really don't see that big of a drop off. I think the biggest drop off is just going to be leadership and experience.
I agree.
Talent-wise,
100%. I agree with you. Georgia's going to have the most talented overall team they've ever had this year, and then next year is going to be better than that, and then the year after that is going to be better than that. We've never had a 3 or 4 year recruiting period like we're in the midst of right now. Our last 3 recruiting classes were 6th, 3rd, and 1st. Very good chance of getting a top 5 class again in 2019. We've never had anything like that. So from a pure talent perspective, top of the roster to the bottom of the roster, looking purely at talent, ability, and potential, the next 3 or 4 years are going to be the most talented teams the University of Georgia has ever had, period.
Right. And I mean, just thinking about it, okay, so starting in the secondary, you're going to have, obviously, DeAndre Baker starting left corner. For sure. No questions asked about that. He's probably going to be the best. I think he might be top 5 corner in the country coming into his senior year. That's just my opinion. Then you go over to some positions that we lost with Aaron Davis and Sanders. I think LeCount is definitely going to start at safety, I think. And J.R. Reed's going to be back there at free safety. I think LeCount, he's bulked up enough where he can come up and play that star position, and I think he's physical enough to do that. I think he's actually more physical than Aaron Davis was, who played star last year. Now, on the other corner, I think Tyreek McGee, you're going to see him start day one on the right corner, just because he has more experience than other people on the field. Now, I look for Tyson Campbell to make it interesting, though, on the corner. That guy, if you watch his highlight films from American Heritage, I mean, he's playing. It's not like he's playing against some man-beat high school teams. He's playing against some of the best high school teams in the country, and he's an absolutely shut-down, lockdown corner. And so I think we're set in secondary, really. I don't think that's going to be our issue. I think, actually, whereas the secondary last year was our weak point on our defense, I think this year it's going to be one of our stronger points. Then you look at the linebacker position. We lose three starting linebackers: Roquan, Lorenzo, and Davin. I think Natrez is going to start. He's going to step up and start. Hopefully, all the other stuff that's happened with him is behind him. I think it is. I think he has the experience and the knowledge and the skill set. He's going to start at one of the inside linebacker positions, and I think the other one is going to be between Monty Rice and Nate McBride. I look to see Monty Rice probably start just because I think he's got a little bit more speed than Nate McBride. Maybe. I mean, I heard that Nate McBride is actually, as far as linebacker position goes, I heard he's pretty knowledgeable and he's got good football awareness. So I see both of them rotating in and out on the middle linebackers. And on the outside linebackers, DeAndre Walker is definitely going to start in place of Davin. I think he plays the same side that Davin played. He might switch around to both sides. But DeAndre Walker, I mean, he's a beast. He had a couple sacks in the SEC championship game and in the Rose Bowl. I think he had 1 sack in the Rose Bowl. And then on the other side, I'm thinking Britton Cox is going to make a push to start. He's just too talented to keep off the field. Also, you have Adam Anderson, who can play that position that Lorenzo played. So you got Britton Cox, Adam Anderson, both incoming freshmen. But you also have Malik Herron, who a lot of people forget about, is on the team, who was very highly recruited. I think he was a 5-star coming in. He played for St. Mary's in high school. He actually played Jake Fromm, and he's a beast. So I think there's a good chance he could take that outside linebacker position over on Lorenzo's side. And then the defensive line, I think we're going to be good. I mean, you got Tyler Clark, who came on strong during the Rose Bowl. I mean, he was an absolute beast during the Rose Bowl. And you got Rochester, who's a solid interior lineman, and then you got Hawkins Muckle, who we didn't really see a lot from him during games, but he did block that kick against Auburn in the SEC championship. And you got Ledbetter, who is definitely going to be a starter on defensive end, left end. I think he plays, or it might be right end. But I mean, like looking through all that, I really don't think there's going to be that big of a drop off on defense. I'm really not worried about it too much. People outside, I feel like people outside the Georgia program are, just losing people like Roquan and Davin and Lorenzo, to say that we're not going to be able to repeat the amount of success that we had last year. But I mean, I feel like if you're inside the Georgia program, you really know these players. We're probably going to lose a lot of experience. I feel like, it's probably going to be week 5 before they start coming around and being a really solid lockdown defense. But I'm really not that worried about it. And our offense, there's no way it's going to be worse. Our offense is definitely going to be better. Offensive line is going to be better. Running backs, I mean, we do lose Sony and Chubb, but, DeAndre and Holyfield and Harrigan and Zamir, I think they're all going to be just fine. And James Cook, not a lot of people even talk about James Cook. Also, I don't know if he was a 5-star. I think he was a 4-star, but I mean, I really don't see us. I don't see us losing a regular season game. I know it's hard to go undefeated, but I know we even didn't do it last year. But I just really don't even see us losing a regular season game, and that's just me being realistic.
I agree with most everything you're saying about the offense, especially on defense. A couple of things concern me there. Zero chance we're replacing Roquan Smith. That's not happening. To make matters worse, the natural inside linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. That's the natural leader of the defense. Well, the next in line after Roquan is Natrez Patrick. Unfortunately, he has blew his opportunity at being a leader of this team. I mean, this guy's one jaywalking ticket away from playing for Last Chance U. So we're going to miss some leadership on defense, and we're not replacing John Atkins. We're going to miss him in the middle. We don't have another body like John Atkins that we can put there. That guy was underrated. He didn't jump off the stat sheet or whatever, but he ate 2, sometimes 3 blockers per play, and he was a big reason. That Roquan's an elite player, but John Atkins is a big reason Roquan was not blocked on a lot of plays. I mean, he just was a people eater. Outside linebacker, I agree with you about Walker on the one side. You also got Walter Grant, played a lot last year too. I think he actually gets to start on the other side. Right. I do think Brenton Cox will play. He's way too good to redshirt. Zero chance he redshirts. Adam Anderson, 50-50. He may play some. I disagree with you on Nate McBride, too. I think he's going to be a permanent special teams player. He may not ever start a game for UGA. Just my opinion. Don't shoot me. I know he's the next great insert whatever white linebacker here. Everyone compares him to every white linebacker ever just because he's white, which is ridiculous. He's the next Brian Urlacher. He's the next whatever. He may end up being a special teams warrior. I think Monty Rice is miles ahead of him right now. Defensive backfield, I agree. Over the next couple of years, we're going to have the most talented defensive backfield we've ever had, and we finally have defensive backs who are the right size, which is 6 feet and taller. No more of these 5'9", Jawan Briscoe, Malcolm Parrish type defensive backs. We got real defensive backs. Tyson Campbell, obviously going to be the best one. Hardest transition to make from high school to college is the quarterback position, but number 2 on that list is defensive back. So we'll see how quick he can learn it. It really would have made me feel a lot better if Tyson Campbell could have enrolled in January. But so we'll have to see how that goes. But as far as going undefeated, I've said it before. Would it surprise me if we went 12-0? No, we should be favored in all 12 games. I've just been watching football for a long time, and I can count on a couple of hands how many teams I've seen go undefeated. So if I had to guess a record right now, it would be 11-1.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like I said, I know I missed Walker Grant. I probably missed him more. I mean Marshall, he's another defensive lineman I missed that we got that he came on strong.
Oh, yeah, we'll play 8 or 9 defensive linemen.
I think that the linebacker position is going to take the biggest step back, just because when you lose a player like Roquan, who was the sole leader of the team, even though he was a junior, he's still the leader of the team. I mean, it just makes a big difference. But I feel like talent-wise, there's enough talent in the secondary and up front that maybe can pad that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not replace Roquan. You know, he's a generational player, but I think we have enough talent on the roster.
What do you think about here's somebody neither one of us mentioned, but is most likely going to get a lot of playing time. I'll ask you about him, but Otis Reese, this guy's unreal, man. He would have been, you know, it came down to Georgia and Michigan. He would have been Michigan's highest rated recruit. He was our 12th highest rated. I mean, there's so many ways to look at how good this class was for the University of Georgia. I mean, you could look at just the number of 5 stars, number 1 overall. But Michigan, I mean, I think they had a top 10 class. I know they have it. They usually do under Harbaugh. He would have been their highest rated recruit this class. He was our 12th highest rated, and I still think I think this guy can step in and play, and he's sort of that hybrid.
I think he can too.
He could come up if we're struggling at the inside linebacker position. Who knows? They might put him there a little bit. I think he's one to look at that could possibly get some time at star or safe. I mean, there's several different. He's like a plug and play type guy, which is great to have. He's almost like a utility player on a baseball team. I mean, this guy can play 2 or 3 different positions for you depending on what you need, and it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him get a lot of looks early in the season at a couple of different positions.
I don't. Have you seen his highlight film and stuff?
Yeah.
He played at Lee High School, which was actually where Jake Fromm played. Jake Fromm played at Houston County, and Lee was like one of their bigger rivals. And this past season, Jake Fromm's little brother was the quarterback at Jake Fromm's old high school. And Otis Reese, when they played him, he sacked him like 5 times. But I think it was like toward the end of the game, he hit Jake Fromm's little brother so hard, like broke his arm in half. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
But I mean, the dude is he's one of the hardest. They said he was one of the hardest hitting linebackers in the state of Georgia, which is impressive. And he played, I don't know if you noticed on his highlight films, he literally played 10 to 15 yards off the ball, pre-snap, and he would make that ground up so quick and make plays in the backfield. It was insane. I've never seen linebackers play that far back like he did, especially in high school. Sometimes you see that in the college level, but in high school, that dude was playing 15 yards back and was in the backfield right at the, like a second after the snap, making a sack. That dude is a beast. I wish he could have enrolled early too, but I know there's I didn't know this, but there's a limit on how many people you can enroll early. And
yeah, because you can't be over that scholarship number.
Yeah, there's that, and I think Kirby, he had some people that he wanted to enroll early that he felt like they needed to, and it left guys out like Tyson Campbell and Otis Reese who wanted to enroll early, but actually Georgia wanted different guys to enroll early because they needed more experience or something. They felt like Tyson Campbell and Otis Reese could come in and be more prepared to start. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know more than Kirby and Bell Tucker. They've got the situation in hand.
Yeah.
If they felt like Otis Reese and Tyson Campbell needed to come early, they would have made it happen. But
I'm just excited. I'm just ready for football season. I hated the way it ended last season. I'm just ready to get out there and get after it against, I think, Austin Peay's our first game, 3:30 kickoff. So I'm just ready for it. But I appreciate you having me on, Uncle Lou, and have a good morning.
All right, thanks, Herschel. I appreciate the call. Yeah, I look forward to hearing back from him, especially during the season. He always knows what he's talking about when he calls in. So thank you for that call, Herschel. I appreciate it. Alan, thanks for the $2, sir. You want an igloo tube jersey? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to give that jersey away here in a little bit too. I'm going to do it the same way I've done it the last couple of times. I went ahead earlier this morning, typed in everybody's name on that random name picker thing. I'll have to add Alan's name to it 2 more times here before we do the drawing. If anybody else wants to get in on the jersey drawing, you got probably about 5 more minutes to do it, and then that's it. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
It's Tectard.
What's up, Tectard?
You want to talk some Georgia Tech football?
Want to talk some who?
Georgia Tech football. Let's talk some, okay?
All right, Georgia Tech football. How they going to do this year?
They're going to go 15-0. Maybe 14-1, though. We might lose against Georgia.
So you're saying either 15-0 or 14-1?
Yes.
Yeah. And, I don't know. Tell us about their team. Just tell us what you think about them. Go ahead.
Paul Johnson, he's a genius. Knows how to, he plays a futuristic type offense, okay? It's just futuristic, hard to stop, too technical, too smart, and that's why. We don't need Nike uniforms. Nike's for... Hello? Is this thing on? Lou? Lou? Mom, is this thing on?
Yeah, I pretty much agree, I guess, with what you said there, and thank you for the call. Mark Dudley, Mark Dudley throws in $5 for Alan's Igloo Tube jersey. Thank you, Mark Dudley. You good people, sir. Yeah, we're going to give that away here in just a few minutes. Yeah. All right. Well, in fact, we're going to go ahead and do it now because I have to end the show right at 4 today. So we're going to go ahead and get to this jersey giveaway here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. What can I pull up here for y'all to look at while we give this away? This. No. Well, here you go.
Lou makes me so damn mad.
All right, I'm gonna add. I gotta add a couple of names here to this list. Zach says, "What is a Paul Johnson?" All right, let me add Alan's name twice, Mark's 5 times, and Zach Bolton 2 times. All right, and that's it for the jerseys. So if you any money you donate now is just because you love Uncle Lou and want to support the channel. Because I'm fixing to enter these last names in to the ones I already have entered in, and then that's going to be it. So let's see, Zach 2, Alan 2, and Mark D 5. Okay. All right. I'm going to click the button and draw this name. Here's a list of everyone that's entered. Lazy 007, Mark Dudley, Alan V, Jeremy Pasta, Braves WS 95, Blue Devil Pride, Chris Harper, CRC Sports, Darth Lucian, and Zach Bolton. Is that right? Yeah, Alan and Mark. So, Lazy 007, Mark Dudley, Alan V, Jeremy Pasta, Blue Devil Pride, Chris Harper, CRC Sports, Darth, Braves W95, and Zach Bolton. Good luck. I'm fixing to hit the magic button. It will pick a name. That person will win the jersey. If you're the winner, email me, crazyunclelou@gmail.com. Tell me which team you want. I will email my guy and let you know what is available for that particular team. And on the count of 3... 3, 2, 1, click. And the winner is Braves WS 95.
No, lady, how about you shut the up? I'm doing YouTube, bitch.
I'm writing that down because I will forget. Braves W. I think this is the first time somebody's ever won that didn't enter the most amount of times. Usually the person that's won had way more entries in than everybody else. This person, I think, only I don't remember how many entries he had, but it wasn't as many as some of these other people. But Braves WS95, I'm not sure if you're watching today or not. I will announce you as the winner on, obviously now. I'll do it on Twitter, and I'll also do it on the UNCLELOU Facebook page. And I'll try to mention it on another couple of videos over the next couple of days to give you a chance to realize that you are the winner. Let me click it again in case for some reason I don't hear from him. We'll click it again. Let me pull it back up. Pick the second name here. All right, 3, 2, 1, click. Darth Lucian. All right, so Braves WS95 is the winner. If for some reason he's dead or incapacitated in some other type of way, then we'll move on to the next on the list, which was Darth. So congratulations to Braves WS95. I'll give him a week or so to figure out that he's the winner. If I haven't heard from him, I don't know who that is. Sometimes people win and I know who they are in real life. Maybe I'm friends with them on Facebook or something. I have no idea who this Braves WS95 is. The only way, I only know him through him commenting here on YouTube. So if I don't hear from him in a week or so, we'll move on to the next, which will be Darth. He's not on here today either, but I think he has a channel on YouTube, so I should be able to get a hold of him if I have to. But hopefully Braves WS95 will see this or see it on Twitter or somewhere and know that he won. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yes.
Hey, good morning.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Real Star College, Jeff Malloy calling in, man. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, I know. What's going on? Kentucky fan, right?
Yeah, buddy, what's going on, man? I saw that you're concerned about not getting enough views on a couple of your live streams, man, and I know the problem, Lou. I know the problem.
What is it?
You're having way too many Florida fans call in, man. Nobody gives a shit about Florida anymore.
Well, they got 2 4-win seasons in the last 5 years, man. That's a bottom-feeding program, ain't it?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, nobody cares about a team whose quarterback is named Felipe. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm with you.
Hey, but the reason why I called in, I had an argument with my buddy the other day. And first and foremost, I want to get your opinion on this. Well, we were having a conversation, and he was asking me, who would you want as your coach starting tomorrow? And I told him, if starting tomorrow, my pick would be Kirby Smart, not Nick Saban. Now let me tell you something, Luke. Nick Saban, we all know, anybody that knows football knows Nick Saban is the best coach of all time. We're not talking about all time. We're talking about starting tomorrow. And he absolutely acted like I was an idiot for saying that. Is that the most idiotic statement you've ever heard? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I would agree. I mean, you look at Nick Saban, at most I would say he's got another 3 or 4 years of coaching at Alabama in him, whereas somebody like Kirby Smart has got, in theory, if he wants to, another 20 or 25 years to be a head coach. I mean, he's young, especially as far as head coaches go. So it's like, it's the same type of thing if you go, okay, you get to start your own NFL expansion team next year. Do you want Tom Brady or Deshaun Watson?
Exactly.
You want Deshaun Watson.
Exactly.
You going to start an expansion team with Tom Brady where you're only going to have him for 2 or 3 years, or are you going to start an expansion team with Deshaun Watson and have him for 10 or 15 years? I mean, it's the same sort of thing. So I get what you're saying, and most people who aren't idiot Bama fans would take Kirby Smart in that scenario that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, the Gumps, yeah. And I really think, honestly, the smart Gump fans would know the answer to that and would know what I'm saying is accurate.
They just get so mad. Anything you say, it's hilarious. The amount of success that they've had versus how easy it is to piss them off is, I don't understand the correlation. I can put a post on Facebook or Twitter that says UAB 1, Saban 0. And Alabama fans go absolutely nuts every time. It makes no sense. Saban lost to UAB when he was at LSU. It has nothing to do with Alabama, but they go absolutely, I mean, it's like somebody kicked their mother in the balls. They go absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. So it's the same thing what you're dealing with. What you're saying is not an insult to Nick Saban, but they take it that way. Anything you say that the answer is not 17 titles, Bear Bryant or Nick Saban, they think you're wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's aggravating
and,
as hell.
You know, and to touch up on that, look at last year's recruiting class, okay? Now, with that being said, I completely understand Saban pulled in the best recruiting class of all time, whatever it was, whenever he got the Pineapples recruiting class. Look, I completely understand that's the best recruiting class of all time. I'm not an idiot, okay? But with that being said, last year, Kirby pulled in the second best recruiting class of all time and is on pace to duplicate that this year, okay? I don't care if Saban coaches another 20 years. Kirby Smart has gotten the upper hand on him, and as soon as the Pineapple graduates, Kirby Smart is going to own Nick Saban. Period.
I can't wait. I mean, I cannot wait. The sooner, the better. You know what? The only bad thing is, though, when that happens, and it's gonna happen, it's just a matter of time. Is the power gonna switch from Alabama to Georgia this year, next year, or the year after? That's the only. It's not. Is it gonna switch to Georgia? It's just when is it? And the only thing that makes me mad about that is the instant it happens, 90% of the Alabama fans that you've come to know over the last 8 years will not exist anymore. You won't be able to find them. They'll be gone. Their Facebook accounts will be gone. Their Twitter accounts will be gone. Their YouTube troll typer accounts, they'll all be gone. The second Alabama is not the king of the hill, 90% of these people will be back to drooling over NASCAR.
Oh, yeah, NASCAR's rating is going to go skyrocket as soon as it... I mean, look, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of them. I can't wait. I can't wait till an SEC team, I don't care who it is, an SEC team absolutely takes the throne from them. I can't wait. I can't stand those Gumps, Lou. I can't stand them.
It's coming. They know it's coming
I
too.
can't wait. Well, I'm glad I'm not, you know, as idiotic as I was told I was. It agrees with me. Yeah, it's good hearing from you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Call back in. Keep in touch with us. That was a good call there. Yeah. Always like hearing from you, sir. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and end the show now today. I have to end on time today. I mentioned this the other day. Some of you may not have heard it. It was on a live stream. Some of you may not have heard it. But Luann, my daughter, Luann, what just finished 5th grade last week, starting middle school, starting 6th grade next year, has her very first date tonight. I know what you're thinking. She's only in 5th grade. It can't really be a date. It's a date to her. She has her little boyfriend, and she would kill me if she knew I was saying this, but she got her little boyfriend, and the boyfriend's parents called a couple of days ago, and the little boy wants to take Luann out to eat at Olive Garden. So they're coming to pick Luann up, the kid's parents, you know, and Luann's and this boy and his parents are all going out to eat at Olive Garden, but Luann and the boy are sitting at their own table. They're not sitting with the parents. They're sitting at their own table, and the parents are sitting at a different table. So anyway, Luann is all excited and nervous and all that kind of stuff. So, and she's getting picked up around 5 or so. So I promised her I would end the show on time today so I could go in and, you know, whatever it is I need to do. Mrs. Lou's gonna get her dressed and all that, do her hair and all that, and I'll take pictures or whatever. Anyway, so I can be there with her. And plus, when they come to pick her up, I gotta walk outside and threaten the boy and do that whole thing, you know, and threaten to kill him if he does anything wrong in that whole rigmarole. So anyway, again, congratulations to Braves WS 95. I just realized that's probably Braves World Series 95. But congratulations to Braves WS 95, the winner of a college football jersey team of whatever team you picking. I'm assuming you're a Georgia fan. Don't hear from him in a week or so. We'll give it away to Darth instead. Thanks to everybody that watched. Thanks again to everybody that donated today. Zach Bolton, Alan V, and Mark Dudley. Thank you guys for supporting the Uncle Lou channel. I can't tell you how much that means to me, and I really appreciate it. To everyone else, what's today? Friday. I'll have 2 Pac-12 videos up for you this weekend to make sure we get to the total of 5, and then the Big Ten starts next week. The next live show will be Monday at 3 Eastern time. This same show you're watching now, we'll do it again Monday at 3 Eastern. I won't do any live shows over the weekend unless something interesting or exciting happens, and then I might pop on for a little bit. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. It really means a lot to me. I can't tell you. I don't say it enough. I still can't believe anybody watches anything I do on YouTube. I get blown away every single time, whether it's one of these videos that gets 500 or 600 views, or whether it's something like the Rose Bowl that gets over 100,000. It just blows my mind every single time people watch these Uncle Lou videos. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all again real soon. Have a great morning.